Welcome to Tati's YouTube channel. Welcome to Tati's YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. WWE I mean we lunch
honestly I've started with almost or everything that I've wanted to start with, yeah. But what I'm struggling to get out of my way or to get done with is my ELO degree. You know, I've started with my LLB, and from the time I've started, I've achieved so many things. Like before I could even finish with the degree, and then I don't know. At some point I felt like I'm doing it on purpose because I haven't been failing anything. I've been registering some modules and then not registering some. I've been taking gap years. So I feel like okay, my pastor put it this way for me. She's like, don't you think God wants you to finish with your LLB at a certain time when you have already come to a certain level of everything, your stage, your life, everything. Like it has to make sense when it has to come together and make sense at the end. So me finishing it, because some of my friends are done with it, but when I look at those friends of mine, there's so many things they haven't accomplished or achieved that I have, and I felt like okay, it's their journey, it's their destiny, and mine is probably a different one. Mine had to have certain
things before
it. Before I get to it. And every time I try to complete, something happens. I was registered in June, and when I was about to write my exams a week before, I was involved in a car accident. So I couldn't write all my exams, and I was supposed to finish, and then now I'm registered again, and then something personal came up as well, and then I feel like I'm gonna finish next year because this thing I cannot avoid as well. Yeah, because over the years things have been happening. Over the years I've started so many things. I've started programs of career guidance programs. I've been on radio with career guidance. I've written a book on career guidance. My book is used in Free State and Northwest as a learner guidance material. I've done so many things. I've started a foundation where I'm accommodating women that have lost their children, comfort mothers, because I felt like when after losing your child, people focus on everything will be fine, you'll be okay, you'll have another child. But what about what you go through that nobody else understands, and what makes you moody, what makes you emotional when you wake up, what makes you, the things that people who haven't been through what you went through will never understand. So I've started that. So there's so many things I've done.
We uploaded. Oh, okay. No, man, I just wanted to actually add on what you said.
you don't understand why you've started this thing and you still haven't completed it. Ne? Linda, I think it's kind of where I am in my journey of whatever that I do. Ne? It's like, and it's not like you don't know what you're doing. It's there. But what I want to say is that sometimes God does that to us. Sometimes He wants you to realize something before you get to where you're supposed to be. Ne? There's a certain thing that He wants you to acknowledge it, spend time on it, and then He's gonna open those doors. You cannot be accomplishing so many things and then
that one thing
it's by your setback. You know. Yes.
Before you move on to, I wanted to say I was at some gathering and then I heard this pastor talk about a tree. This tree, it's called a bamboo tree. I don't know how many of us are familiar with a bamboo tree. Apparently, you plant it and then you keep watering it for 5 years, and it's not gonna show. It's not gonna bloom. It's not gonna bloom. It's not gonna do anything for 5 years. You have to water it, and Sitat will be planting a peach tree. Bosch will be planting a grape tree, and then every other season they're blooming and then they're getting the fruits from what they have planted. And when your tree, the tree that was chosen for you, is a bamboo tree. So after 5 years, what a bamboo tree does is that it's gonna show. It's gonna bloom after 5 years, and it's gonna take 6 to 8 months for it to get to over 10 meters. Peach tree, grape tree cannot get up to that level. So it grows so big, and the purpose for it is, besides it being beautiful, it's also used as a shield for storms, for the houses not to, it doesn't have fruits, but it's that big tree with a big stem.
Because like I said, they are all linking to each other. So this particular one says, even though you have been struggling, you are still here. Don't give up. You might have scars. Don't give up. You might have baggage. Do not give up. You might have less, but you are still here. Do not give up. Because I want to speak my language now. Okay.
I don't think so.
Like Achulone, it's always like a reflection type of thing. Okay, but she's done that and she's accomplished this and this and that, and it's like, okay, when am I gonna get there? We need to stop the words. Like,
Comparing.
No, not comparing. We need to stop beating ourselves up.
Yeah.
We need to wait for Nakotsarona. And even if something gets in the way, even like especially stuff that you didn't plan for, still go on. Still carry on. You are still here. There's still something that you can do about it. So never give up. I'm not gonna say much.
Also, on that, there's this thing that you've been struggling. You went through this. You have baggage. If you could lose what you've lost, and then you came out of it alive. If you have struggled, how you have struggled, and you still made it alive. And if you have gone through this and that and that and that and that, and then you're still alive, what is it that is going to come your way that's gonna break you? If those didn't break you, what is it that you're waiting for that is going to break you?
Exactly.
Sorry. I said that out loud. Sorry. I'm sorry, but I just feel like sometimes you feel like, okay, now I've went through all of this and there's nothing that can bring me down, and then something comes up that shocks you, and you're just like, I didn't think I'd ever be at this place, you understand? And at that time you feel like, okay, like that nothing could ever like bring you to the floor, and then something just happens that you didn't even expect it to happen, and then that thing, you will be shook, guys. I'm like, I just didn't to add to that part. But maybe like now that I've went through that, there's nothing that will ever break me going forward. But then I see, okay, I'm referring to my mom's death. Then I see people who are married and then their partner dies, and I'm just like, if that happened to me after this, that would still break me, you know, like people go through like the most, you know.
Imagine giving birth to a child and then living with that child for a couple of months in the house, and then the next morning the child is dead. How are you going to survive? I didn't think I'll ever survive the death of my child. I don't think, okay, I always hear that it's painful to lose this and that, but I don't think, according to my experience, there's anything as painful as losing something that you've brought, that you've created, something that
and I also think the pain is different. I saw some quote that says that we need to stop making pain or grieving a competition. You understand? Because we all deal with it. Because sometimes that feeling, there's that, you know, that everyone, okay, we're done. I'm done. Next, let's hopefully you have something, you know.
Can I just say one more thing adding to that? I just say there was this quote by T. Jakes that says the devils you face tell you who you are. Meaning if God threw that in front of you, it means you can handle it.
That's wow. I've never looked at it that way. And that's a nice way to look at it.
Okay, so it says, take pride in how far you've come and have faith in how far you can go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. Well, with me, I feel like I've been doubted since birth. Because I mean, since I was born, the doctor said she's not going to make it. At 3 years old, I was supposed to die. There was many events in my house that just said she's not going to make it. And when the odds are against you in life, like things are basically telling you that you're not supposed to go far and whatnot. But I mean, looking at the 20 years I've been alive, I've seen that I've overcome bullying, I've overcome suicide, I've overcome rape, I've overcome, being told that I'm going to die. And I remember at 3 years old, the doctor said with the little bit of breath that I had, I sang one of the gospel songs I had with the little bit of breath I had, and I know that God brought me here for a reason. And although most people think that I haven't come far, I know that because the devil has shown me that. Sometimes I wrote something and I said something that this afternoon actually. It says that your treasure is found beyond your caution sign. And I feel like sometimes life has, like, because of the things I've been through, I've had fear sit at the steering wheel of my life. And now I'm throwing away fear and I'm allowing God to stay at the steering wheel of my life. And I'm trying to tell myself that if I what I'm doing from this year on, I'm trying to look at fear dead in the eye. And I'm grateful for how far I've come, and I know that in God's plan, I'm going to get further.
Sometimes what we learn and who we become in the process of waiting is far more important than what we're waiting for. Okay. The process of. Okay, so what I can say about this is you see yourself as a certain person, you always plan your future, and I was also one of those. I try and plan as much as possible, do as much as possible, and it doesn't always go the way it's supposed to, and there's a lot of obstacles that come in front of you that make you doubt it, that make you anxious, can I say, for the future, because it's not what you planned, it's not what you wanted, but you become a different person that you never would have if that had never happened. And you learn so much. You learn patience. You learn a lot about yourself in the process that you maybe never would have ever known. And I don't know. I feel like people are always waiting for something.
Yeah.
And you sometimes plan that something that you're waiting for and it doesn't happen, and that always tends to bring you down, or it makes you very negative towards life. And I feel maybe you should look more at the lesson that is coming your way in what is happening than to look at what is happening in a very bad way.
Yeah, that was helpful. So cute.
Okay. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient.
Yay.
Okay, how is this relevant to my life? We were talking about it just now, right?
No, that's why she's saying very.
We were talking about it just now. You know what she said to me? She's like, okay, we were talking about this whole empowerment luncheon. And I was like, Bongi, if we're gonna talk about our achievements, then what am I gonna talk about? Because I feel like I'm still in school, I'm a first year student. It's like, no, at least you're not sitting at home doing nothing, so that is your achievement. So at the same time, you can't compare yourself to someone else's journey. I feel like where I am right now,
I think you need to stand up.
I feel like where I am right now is where I need to be. So I don't think this is very relevant in my life, but I am patient because I feel like I'm working hard towards what I want to achieve. And I think at the age that I am, I've achieved a lot already. So I think I'm gonna give this to Judy about your degree. This is for you.
Everything. Oh, okay, thank you.
Wow.
Be bold. Your time will always be just right. Ke ntse ke bua le Judy about when you're feeling stagnant, like you're in the same place, there's no movement, you're like you know. So I always beat myself up about it. You know what? I should be somewhere. You know, my peers are moving and I'm not. And you do pray. Or to a point where you feel like, is he actually hearing me? Is he actually hearing me? Because I'm repeating one thing a million times. And then someone would say, no, be specific. And then you get down on your knees and you're actually specific. And still no results, you know. So I'm trusting the process, you know, and I'm thinking don't get more risks, you know. If it means I have to move, then
feelings were made to be felt in full. Hearts were made to break so they could resurrect stronger from the wreckage.
Sure. I don't want to get into relationships and shit, guys.
Get into it.
I have to now. I don't know how to answer this, but I've been in a relationship effing sharp before, of which had made me become, I think, scared of pouring out my heart for the next guy. And along the way, because I've been in this relationship for 5 years now, along the way, I adapted to pouring my heart and opening my heart. So I think I don't know how to put it, but at some stage then I had realized me opening my heart brings good news, you know. So look where I am right now, and I'm actually happy.
Wow.
What matters most is how well you walk through the fire. Guys, this was written for me. This has my name written all over it. Because literally, ever since I've started going through the things that I've went through in life, ever since I finished matric, I had to literally teach myself how to walk with my head held up high and not look like what I go through. If I had to jot down and tell you guys what I go through and I look the way that I look, you guys wouldn't believe me. You know. So I just want to say to you guys that no matter how shaken you get or no matter how heavy the storm is, you should never come out of it looking like you just came out of a storm.
Yes, baby.
Walk out stronger than you went in. That is just me. This is me. This has my name written all over it. This should be you and you and me, everyone else on this table.
So, message.
One of my favorite quotes that I love by is stronger is the man that fell down and got up than the man who never fell.